It's the day of the week that ends in Y, so I must have clearly bought pins. So hurry back.
Just an 80s boy and a 90s teen, going on all things Disney, from mouse to parks and in between. Come share the magic with me. La 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 la. Live your life to a Disney tune. Come and share Jake's Disney Afternoon.
Hey Disney Afternoon gang, welcome back to my channel and thanks for returning. If you're new here, my name is Jake and I do all kinds of Disney content including subscription boxes, swaps, hauls, trips, vintage, trivia, pins. If it's Disney, we're doing it. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next Disney adventure. I never thought I would be this pin person. Never did. Never was really into it. And here we are, board after board after board after board after board after board after board. So many boards of pins, and I love it. I love the history of it. I love the art of it. I don't know, just speaks to me. So let's get on with this. First package here I've got from Samuel, who is from New Jersey, so not too far from me. I traded or bought from him. I think he had posted on one of the pin groups on Facebook. I don't tend to buy a lot or do a lot of activity on Facebook, but these were some good deals and some good pins. So I jumped on it. I think I got everything but one of the ones I wanted. I'm still short that darn DuckTales I Heart Gaming. He had one, it sold. Oh well, we'll get it. That's part of the fun, isn't it? Like part of the tracking down the sleuth. All right, so going with one of my sort of niche collections and one I've been a little bit obsessed with lately. This is The Great Mouse Detective from, we've got Waffleback Situation. Oh, this is the 15th anniversary. Okay, read the pin, Jake. Read the pin. And there we go. Look at that pin. We've got Basil and Watson and I thought Olivia was there too. And of course Ratigan, and I love that the bell that he uses to ring for Felicia, it dangles back and forth and it says 15th anniversary on there. Great looking pin. Hadn't seen that before, so definitely wanted to get that and add that to my collection. All right, let's see. I got a couple more poster pins. I'm sort of losing track at which stuff. Okay, so there's the OG poster pins that I opened up like a year and something ago. Then there's the new ones that are from, I'm looking at my board, Pink a la Mode. And I've got some of those blind boxes coming, heaven help us. But then there's this series that I've got, I think, at least one or two of, and I think they're different yet. And I'm a sucker for posters. I love the poster art. I love the poster pins because they usually celebrate some really great things. And these are, see, so they're sandblasted, and which makes me, and they're not in the same frame style as the Pink a la Mode, because the Pink a la Mode ones are just square. These have like little round nubs on them. You'll see in just a second. So these are two obscure ones from the 40s, 1946, 1947. This is Make Mine Music and Fun and Fancy Free, which were two compilation videos that have a lot of shorts in them. Really great films. I kind of look at those films as being sort of exploratory material for what would become. So there's like the first golden era, right, of animation with Snow White and Fantasia and Pinocchio. And then, of course, World War II happened, which is when these films were getting made. And then, of course, kind of the first of the Renaissance, let's call it, with 1950 Cinderella and, of course, Alice and Peter and all of this sort of classic Sleeping Beauty that followed after that. And I feel like these two films were kind of exploratory as they were coming out of one style to the next. So I don't know how many more are in this series, but I definitely want to find out, because what is the one that I do have from this series? I don't know. but I know that I've seen this frame before and was equally confused then as I am now. So, all right, moving on. We spent enough time on that. And then, what do I got? This one here. Okay. These are a couple of pins, maybe more than a couple. Yeah, more than a couple. All right. All right. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's go this one. This is Disney MGM Studios from 2000, so an older pin for sure. But I'm a huge fan of the old Hollywood studios. You know, I love the Backlot Tour. I loved the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I loved the movie ride. I loved when the animation wing was like the museum and the art classes and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars. I'm glad that there's a Star Wars land. I just miss that. I don't know, something about that old Hollywood, you know, that New York skyline. There was that bookstore. Did you ever go to that bookstore that was sort of adjacent to like the Muppets 3D Vision? And they had like all these books on animation and art, and you could sit and have a coffee, and it was very low key. I loved it so much. So this is in honor of my love of that. And I do have a small like sort of parks attraction board that this will fit nicely on, but that just reminds me of the park. It used to be my favorite park above all of them. And then it sort of dropped a little, and I think Magic Kingdom is now my favorite, but I loved. And then we have this Oliver and Company pin, which I don't know if this was from like the VHS release, because this is like the cover, and it's got like, it says May 2002 on it, which would have been the 15th anniversary, I want to say. So I don't know if it was connected to that. It's kind of funny. Little pin. So if you know what this is from, I would of course be glad to know, or I'll look it up. But there they are. Of course that'll go on my board, and you see the date down there. You've got Jenny and Dodger and Oliver. Just thought that was a really great pin. Any chance I can to add to my obscure collections. You know, the pins don't pop up so often. And then going back to the Great Mouse Detective, we've got one more here that I had bought from him, and this says it's a Ellie of 1000, and I'm guessing it's from a series. What does it say here? Limited edition of 1000, not sure. But this is Basil and Dawson in the, what's the name of the bar? Rat's End or something like that. If it's not, it should be called that. But it's such a funny scene. There they are, dressed up in their sort of dock worker disguise, trying to blend in with the locals. So super cool pin. Really love that. Love the colors on that one too. Really nice. All right, then I bought from Diana over at Dream 499 Pin. She has a live sale on Sunday nights, and it's always great because they always do. There's a lot of games, a lot of giveaways. She's very generous. Her prices are good. So the first thing I bought, I didn't buy a lot this time from her. Sometimes you just never know what's going to be your thing. So this is the Disney Loungefly. This was a good price. I do not have this one. It is, and I love the boxes these come in. This is the Robin Hood Loungefly pin, and 20 bucks, which I think is less than retail, because don't these like go for minimum 25, and then once they're past their, yeah, we get a car alarm. There is, the reason she sold it cheap, there's like a tiny little nick in it. I don't even know if that's going to come up. It barely mattered to me, so I was like, yeah, you know what? I will take that. And it's the archery scene. It matches the bag that came out that I still don't have, that I desperately would like to get, because it's such a cool bag. And I love the gold. And we've got Sirhis, who sort of hard to slide once I sort of put it on there, but he was caught. There he goes. There he goes. Back and forth. And so we've got Maid Marian and Prince John and Sheriff of Nottingham, and of course Robin disguised as the stork, and it is a giant jumbo pin, so that is going to go great. Robin Hood is going to be the next to get his own custom board, because running out of room. He shares some space, real estate over there with Beauty and the Beast, and both of those collections are growing. So Diana does something fun on her channel called Plinko, which if you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, Plinko was like the best game on the Prices, right? Where you drop the chip and blink, 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 and it went into the prize. And she has pin boards that she'll occasionally put up, and if there's a green sticker behind it, you get the Plinko, and there are a variety of prizes. The middle one is like the highest prize, and usually like has been, you know, a WDI or a DSSH pin, and then the others are, you know, a little more common. So there was one board that I think wasn't either selling very well or whatever, so she was feeling generous. So to encourage us, she said, look, anybody who buys a pin off of this board in the next couple of minutes will automatically get a Plinko. So you don't have to tell Jake twice. So I was already on the fence about this pin, and then I was like, well, all right, for a free pin on top of that, I got this Bambi pin, which I really do love the colors of that. You've got Flower and Thumper there, and that sort of really sort of pastel palette. So I was definitely happy to get that. And I plunkoed, and they had done 3 Plinkos up until then. No one had gotten the big prize, and then I plinkoed, and the next 3 people after me, including me, got the big prize, and she changes it out as you go along. So once that prize is off the little prize board, she puts a new prize on. So I got the DSSH King Triton pin, which is really a neat pin, and there's like a stained glass, you can kind of see it reflecting their element. Now, I don't collect Little Mermaids, so this may eventually go up for trade, but you know, this is a good trader pin, and I might be able to get something really good with this. So if you've got a good offer for me and you know what I like, hit me up about this. And then the last pin I got from her, this is one of the newer releases. Cat, what are you doing? What are you doing? What you do? You're making a mess. All right. This is from Box Lunch, and I did not have this pin yet. And the markup on this was like $1. So like, you know, I'm okay paying a shopping fee for $1 for somebody to get it. This is the Alice in Wonderland Mad Tea Party pin with the Mad Hatter there and the big red chair. And I just love that scene and the colors of that, so I definitely had to pick that up. But there we go. We have got my little pin collection for the day. Tell me which of these was your favorite. I'm really digging this Great Mouse Detective pin. I just love that little dangle element. But you know what, honestly, super happy with this haul. But let me know down below. Definitely check out Diana. And if I can remember what Facebook group I bought the other pins in, I will definitely post it, because they do some really good traders and deals on there. So if you're not a part of those, you might want to check them out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Lots of awesome content and swaps coming up that you will definitely not want to miss. Like and comment. You know the drill, friends. I hope to see you soon on the next Disney Afternoon.